What if I told you that the thing destroying most men's mental health isn't work stress, money, or even trauma from childhood? It's the woman he chose to love. And before you scroll away, hear me out. Every single day, I get messages from men who look fine on the outside, but inside, they are exhausted. They are successful, disciplined, hardworking, but they can't breathe in their own homes. They wake up anxious, walk on eggshells, and live in constant confusion because the woman they love or used to love turned their peace into a psychological battlefield. And nobody's talking about it. Society says, man up. Therapists say, communicate better. But what if the problem isn't communication? What if it's control? What if you are not losing your mind? You are being manipulated into silence. This episode is about that. The silent war that's destroying men's mental health from the inside out. So we're going to break down exactly how emotional abuse from a narcissistic woman rewires your brain, steals your confidence, and leaves you questioning your reality. And more importantly, how to take your power back. So if you have ever felt like you are doing everything right, but somehow it's never enough, stay with me, because by the end of this episode, you are going to see the truth for what it is. And you'll understand why the peace you are craving starts the moment you stop trying to fix her and start rebuilding you.
Welcome to the Narc Free Man Podcast.
Welcome back to the Narc Free Man Podcast. I'm your host, Phillip Dugas. Let's be real. Men don't get a lot of space to talk about emotional abuse. You can talk about physical pain, financial stress, business pressure, but say you are broken inside because of a woman's manipulation, society laughs at that. And yet, that's what's silently destroying men's mental health every single day. I have spoken with men who can build million-dollar businesses, run entire companies, survive military combat, but they can't sleep through the night because their wife or ex is emotionally gutting them from the inside. Why? Because narcissistic abuse doesn't leave bruises, it leaves confusion. And confusion over time erodes a man's soul. When a woman twists truth, rewrites history, and makes you doubt your own reality, it's not a disagreement, it's gaslighting. And when that becomes your daily life, your nervous system stays in fight or flight mode 24/7. Your body starts breaking down. Your focus disappears. You stop trusting your own judgment. That's not mental weakness, that's trauma. The kind you can't see in a mirror but feel every minute of every day. Most men don't even realize they are in a war because narcissistic women don't come at you with fists, they come at you with guilt, confusion, and mixed signals. One day she's loving, affectionate, full of compliments. The next day, cold, distant, punishing you with silence. And you are left asking, what did I do wrong? That cycle, idealize, devalue, discard, destroys men's mental health more than anything else, because you start living in survival mode. You stop being proactive and start reacting. You lose your center, your confidence, your identity piece. Every conversation becomes a minefield. You start censoring yourself. You start apologizing for existing. And before you know it, you are not even living anymore. You are managing chaos. This is how the trauma bond forms. Your brain gets hooked on the roller coaster. Dopamine from her affection, cortisol from her cruelty. And that chemical loop trains your nervous system to confuse anxiety with love. That's why so many men say, I can't stop thinking about her even though she destroyed me. It's not weakness, it's biology. But it's also reversible. Let's talk about why men stay, because this is where most people get it wrong. Men don't stay because they are stupid. They stay because they were raised to fix things. We are problem solvers. If something's broken, we want to make it right. So when a narcissistic woman tears you down, you don't think she's toxic. You think, maybe I need to be better. She knows that, and she uses it. She'll mix love with punishment. One day she tells you, you are amazing. The next day she says, you are impossible to love. That inconsistency keeps you chasing her approval, trying to earn back the good version of her. But here's the truth. That version was never real. It was bait. The woman you fell in love with was the mask. The woman you are with now, that's who she really is. And until you accept that, you'll keep trying to resuscitate a ghost. Men stay because they crave peace. They don't want more chaos. They just want the fighting to stop. So they start avoiding conflict, walking on eggshells, losing themselves piece by piece just to keep her calm. But brother, when you trade your peace to keep hers, you lose both. The toll this takes on men is devastating. You start isolating because no one believes you. Your friends might say, she seems nice. Family says, you just need to communicate better with her. Therapists tell you, understand her trauma. Meanwhile, you are dying inside. Your body carries the stress, the tight chest, the racing mind, the exhaustion that no amount of sleep fixes. You stop feeling like yourself. You start wondering if you are the problem. That's how narcissistic abuse destroys men's mental health. Slowly, quietly, completely. But here's the truth. You are not crazy. You are conditioned. And conditioning can be undone. Now, there comes a point where every man hits the wall. That moment where you realize, I can't live like this anymore. That's where healing begins. It's not when she apologizes. It's not when she changes, because she won't. It's when you stop chasing her peace and start rebuilding your own. The first step is clarity. So I recommend writing this down. She will never give me closure, and I don't need her to. Closure doesn't come from her words. It comes from your decision to stop negotiating your worth. The second step is boundaries. Not for her, for you. No reacting, no explaining, no defending. And the third step is brotherhood. You cannot heal in isolation. You need men who get it, who won't shame you, who won't say man up, who understand the psychological hell of narcissistic abuse. Because recovery isn't about revenge, it's about restoration. Once you start pulling back your energy, you'll see the fog lift. You'll start noticing things you used to overlook. How quiet peace feels. How sharp your focus becomes. How different your body feels without adrenaline constantly running through it. That's healing. It's not flashy, it's not quick, but it's real. Here's the promise I make to every man listening. If you stay consistent in truth, even when it's uncomfortable, your peace will return. You'll stop reacting to her chaos. You'll start responding to life again. You'll rebuild your confidence, your focus, your energy, your masculine calm. You'll realize that your power never left. It was just buried under confusion. Brother, if this episode hit home, I want you to take a deep breath right now, because what you are feeling, that tightness in your chest, that exhaustion in your soul, it's not weakness, it's the weight of carrying a battle that no one ever prepared you for. But here's the truth. You don't have to carry it alone anymore. Healing starts the moment You stop fighting her and start rebuilding you. So if you are ready to learn how to emotionally detach from a narcissistic woman, break trauma bonds, and rebuild your confidence after narcissistic abuse piece by piece, I want you to check out my masterclass, Breaking the Bond, where I'll walk you through the exact steps thousands of men are using right now to find peace again. You can grab it at phillipcdugas.com or hit the link in the description below. And before you go, don't leave this journey unfinished. Watch the previous episode on why men struggle to leave a toxic relationship. I'll link it somewhere up here. It'll help everything we talked about today sink even deeper. You are not broken, brother. You have just been trained to live in chaos. It's time to retrain your mind for peace. So stay calm, stay steady, and stay narc free.